this morning on the across the channel, and we're not heading to the South Jetty. I'm heading right over here. Maybe you can see the pelicans over there, and we're going to try a little shore fishing here. Let's just see how the day progresses. Beautiful foggy day. We are almost into July. It's a very, very low tide. I should almost be out poke hole fishing somewhere on a day like this, but the tide, I think the swells are too big. Like all week it said it was going to be 2-foot swells today, and then now they say it's 6 foot. I don't know. So, but I want to catch a few fish from shore anyway. So that's what I'm hoping.
Hung out there for an hour or so and didn't really get any bites. I think my biggest problem here is I should be fishing at high tide, not low tide. I mean, the fish already ate the stuff at the bottom of the low tide. I wanted to fish this particular spot because when I was coming back from the South Jetty one day, I saw a lot of sand crabs. Morro Harbor is a marine protected area, so you can't take crabs inside there. Probably includes sand crabs, so you have to bring them if you want to use them. I'm going to jump over the finger jetty and fish in the channel where it's a little deeper. But before I do, I wanted to show you this footage from last week. So I've been working on trying to make a shore video, and I thought this area might be a good place to go. It's got kind of an obscure parking lot. So as you're going out of Morro Bay, the first stoplight you come to, you just go ahead and turn left and follow this, and then you pull into the parking lot here, as you can see.
It's a whole lot of nose. Looks like a rabbit.
There's all my gear there, the backpack and the big cooler stuck on the bottom. I was fishing with a 5-ounce pyramid weight and a high-low rig. And I used 2 aught-4 hooks and squid. I'm no expert on shore fishing, but I understand the fish are going to be in the deep spots out there. And you can tell the deep spots because the waves are not breaking in those. You need the heavier weight because there's a lot of current out there and you want your bait to stay in place. That's my feeble attempt at a homemade rod holder. I wanted to add a sand crab to my bait there, so I went out and dug one up.
I got a little roll.
And right away with that crab, I caught this Jack Smelt, and it was a lot of fun. That thing fought pretty hard. Sadly, my camera fogged up right when it happened. But look at this Jack Smelt. It's nice size. It was a heck of a fight. I had a couple other bites, but that was the only fish I caught out there. And the main purpose was trying to find a place where there's some perch around here. Still have yet to achieve that. And there was quite a few people on the beach, but I didn't see any other fishermen, so might be a good spot. So that was the Jack Smelt. So now back to a week later. So yeah, I thought this wasn't a great place at low tide, so I'm gonna switch over, jump over the finger jetty here, and fish inside the channel where it's much deeper. I brought my fins and mask and snorkel just to see what was out there. Maybe get a chance to see what other kind of fish are in the harbor, but it was a bad visibility day, so just fishing. But it is one of my goals this summer to get out there on I know in the next couple of months it's going to be some really low swell days and some really clear water, so I'm going to try a little snorkeling in the harbor where it's nice and safe. I thought I was getting a couple bites or two. Also looking around for other stuff to film. So while I'm filming birds and sailboats, all heck breaks loose. All of a sudden my drag is going crazy out and I better get over there before I have no line left. I don't know what that could be on there. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a bat ray. No, bat ray. These things really put up a nice fight. I had to get my drag torque down, and I probably lost, it was out like 2/3 of my line was out, and I had trouble cranking the darn thing in. In fact, after cranking for about 3 minutes here and getting all that line back in there, I finally just decided to drag the thing on the beach. Good thing I had a lot of space behind me. I I've caught bat rays before, so I had my drag set real loose just in case one bit.
Got you, buddy. Hold on.
All in all, it's all very exciting, probably because these things make me so nervous. They aren't that dangerous, not like a stingray or something. They don't have a long spine. It's more of a sharp bump on the very back that you got to be careful of. You know, you definitely want to avoid it, but it's not like it's going to flick up and hit you with it.
Got to watch out for the spine on the back of this thing.
I've seen pictures of guys holding these up by the mouth, but I looked online. They suggest you pick them up by the nostrils, one in each hand, and just kind of hold it out straight. You know, this is probably when I should get me one of those fish grabbers. And I think everybody else has read that they're good eating. You take the meat and soak it in milk for an hour, and supposedly they use them as counterfeit scallops. That's the old fisherman's tale, anyway.
Let's get in there. Come on, Mary. Come up to the... There it goes. Be off with you, little friend.
Yep, been about an hour since the bat ray. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to go to the South Jetty, but it's pretty hard once you cross the channel and you haven't caught anything. You think, well, maybe I'll head down there and try a little, quote, shore fishing over there. It's a great blue herring. A lot of those things around here. They're pretty nice.
Another nice agate.
Found that right on the beach, just hiking over. Lots of good rock hounding out here. Nobody's around, so they don't get them. I have a license for 2 poles, but I just took the leader off here and put it on my shorter pole. I find the shorter pole is better on the Jetty. You just kind of have more control. Same leader I caught that Jack Smelt on. That tide was still low, so it's pretty hard to resist poking around in those holes you see. Just kind of start moving down the jetty there and looking in between the rocks, and you see these nice holes. You know, I was probably 3 foot deep right there. I think I got a couple bites there, and then of course I couldn't stop myself. I decided to go on down to the past the bend to try the holes down there.
Gonna have to upset some pelicans, sadly, here. Looking pretty poopy over there, though. Some nice swells coming in. Once again, last week, I'm looking at this set. Oh, it's going to be 2 feet. But it wasn't.
See how the rip current is taking the guy out?
It's point break. Basically, you've got the currents heading out that way, so you just ride along.
To get out of it, you swim away from the jetty. Check out these oyster catcher eggs. They were out there chirping at me, so I steered clear. This sequence would have been really good had the batteries not run out on that camera, and I swear I just replaced them. I replaced all my batteries before I headed down the jetty. But sadly, I guess there wasn't much left in that one. So most of this will come from my GoPro on my chest. It'll be a little shaky. I'll cut out most of it. Nice day. You can see that I switched to rock fishing, and I changed that pyramid weight to a 2-ounce torpedo weight to avoid snags. Perfect example of the kind of hole you want to find. It's protected, 3 feet deep at least. Started getting bites almost immediately. Doink, doink. There's another bite. It might have just been movement, so I decided I'm going to check my pole here pretty soon. Oh, something on there.
Check out the monkey facer. I kind of knew that was the monkey facer. These are really beautiful.
Showing it to the camera I thought was running.
Okay.
Yeah, that was easily over 20 inches, but I still have some eel at home, so I didn't take that one. Had it been a brown rockfish, I'd have taken it. Black and yellow, I probably would have put it back. Love that brown rockfish. If it had been a large black and yellow, I would have kept it. I decided to climb over the other side of the jetty here and work some holes on the way back. There's that nice sailboat that came in earlier. But first, I got to watch the little guys do some surfing. Found another deep hole hiding here.
Little cabezon. Pretty cool. Well, it's been a real nice day out here. I caught a nice caught the bat ray over there on the shore. Heading that way. I caught me a nice monkeyface eel out there, and I caught a little tiny cabezon. So hopefully they're all on film. And just another great adventure. Kind of foggy day. I wish the swells had been a little smaller. It seems like the fish are definitely biting along the edge. But even in these conditions, which I wouldn't have got any bites on, during the winter. So once it flattens out a little bit here, it's going to be really, really nice. You can see from the swells, I kind of made the right decision not to go poke hole fishing where I would usually go. It would just get too washed out too fast. Nice little waves for surfing. Not a bad place to learn how to surf too, although the rock's a little better.
Okay, so next we're going to go show you how to fry up some nice rockfish with a panko coating, some rockfish tenders or chicken tenders. That was my shore fishing video, at least attempted. I mean, I did catch some fish from shore. I'm looking for perch though. That's the key. Haven't found them yet. I know they're at a pier, like the Big T or Cayucas, but I want to try to catch them from shore. That's my goal. Anyway, enjoy the otters. I'm going to do some cooking and then my surf vlog at the end. That's some monkey-faced eel, and I'm going to fry it up with a little panko coatings. First time I tried panko, I hear it's tasty. First thing I did there was I put it in a little briny salt water, like the sea salty. And then I took a cup of flour, and I'm adding nice spices to it. My favorite spices like salt, pepper, black pepper, white pepper, thyme, rosemary, sage, savory. Oh yeah. You don't have to use my spices. You could go get a spice blend. You could just use Lowry seasoning salt people like. Whatever you like inside and on your fish or chicken. Little pot over the sink and shook it real well to coat the pieces. I'm going to put them in a little bowl just to let them sit and kind of get more tacky. The panko crumbs I'm using, and you just stick them to your pieces there with just egg. Mix it up, just mixed up eggs. You're gonna have your little bowl ready full of chicken or fish. You're gonna have a bowl full of panko, and now you've got your oil at 375. And now we are ready to fry. Take your pieces, put them right inside the egg batter, put them right inside the panko, toss it around real well, and go right into the oil. For fish, if you just brown it really well, the internal temperature is going to be 144, which is what you need. For chicken, you need to get it up to 165, so you got to cook it just a little longer. Once they're cooked, you want to put them in the oven at like 300 just to keep them crispy until you're ready to serve. Oh, Herc's getting all excited. Must be thinking about my tartar sauce here. So there you go, whipped it on up. A little lemon, a little tartar sauce, a little fried panko crust. You know that stuff is gonna be tasty. Time to hit the waves.